I'm Tyler Cook, and I will be discussing the identification, life history, behavior, and other aspects of the canvasback. The canvasback, Athia vallicinaria, is a diving duck and can be easily distinguished from other ducks by their size and distinct coloration. The size of a canvasback can be compared to the size of dabbling ducks, however, their behavior is what sets them aside from others. Male and female canvasbacks are easy to tell apart from one another when breeding because of a few different characteristics. Although non-breeding males resemble the female, they may still be told apart from one another. Including both sexes, wingspans can reach up to 35 inches wide, but they can grow up to nearly 4 pounds. They also usually range in length from about 19 to 22 inches long. First, we'll have a look at the breeding male. Breeding male canvasbacks are easily identified by their long sloping head, long bill, thick neck, and coloration. They have a broad black chest along with black tail feathers, and they also have a bright white back. Their head is the color of a dark copper rusty tone. Males also have a distinct red eye. Female canvasbacks are shaped nearly identically as the males. However, the females have a different head, back, chest, and tail coloration. As you can see here, the female head is lightly colored brown and the back is gray. As you can see, the non-breeding male is similar in appearance as the female. However, if you look closely, you can see the red eye in which he has. The red eye is really what distinguishes the male from the female when not breeding. Canvas or Canvasbacks can be found nearly anywhere in the United States and Canada. It just depends on the time of year where you may find them. Here shows a map of breeding grounds, migration grounds, non-breeding grounds, and places in which canvasbacks reside year-round. Here we have our non-breeding grounds, then our breeding grounds, which is usually in the northwestern parts of the United States and Canada, and we have our migration grounds, and these are usually places in which canvasbacks migrate to for the winter. Now we will discuss life history. I will briefly discuss different life history characteristics that make the canvasback unique. First, we will discuss their habitat. During breeding season, canvasbacks occupy small lakes, marshes, large bodies of fresh water, and ponds. During the winter, canvasbacks can usually be found in large rafts among bodies of open coastal waters. Now we will talk about the feeding behaviors exhibited by canvasbacks. Canvasbacks feed on usually anything from aquatic plants to insects and sometimes even small fish, but mostly aquatic vegetation. The surface dive is a unique feeding behavior found among canvasbacks and other diving ducks. In the picture, you see a canvasback as he's rolling forward, getting ready to go underwater and search for food. Breeding and nesting. Nests are usually built by the females starting around May. They're usually built in marshy areas and they usually lay eggs in a clutch at about 8 to 10 eggs. Once eggs are laid, females are left to tend to young while the males go and molt. It takes about 25 days for the eggs to hatch, and the ducklings leave the nest shortly after hatching. To give a briefing on conservation history, in the 19th century, commercial hunting led to the decline of the canvasback population. Why? Because they were susceptible to overharvesting because of their rafting behavior. Efforts have been made to restore the populations mainly by maintaining wetlands, improving water quality, and educating hunters and other people on canvasbacks and their history. Where did the name canvasback originate? It has been said that the name canvasback come from the early methods when ducks were harvested and shipped to be sold, while they would label bags canvasback so that the retailers would know to ship the bags back. Others say that the name originated from the plumage found on backs that resemble the texture as that of a painting canvas. This concludes my presentation.